Hello, we are Satom. It's good to have you on this program, Women's World. I'm Omotola Adoka. Today we are looking at something that is very, very important. We are looking at starting afresh. Life is not just working the way you want, and things are not really moving the way you want to, but it's time for us to have a new start. It's time for us to start afresh. So we are looking at starting afresh. And I'm having a wonderful guest today in the studio that will be telling us more about how we need to start afresh. I'm having Dr. Comfort saying Joby. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you, moderator.
Okay, ma. We are looking at starting afresh. We know it's a new year. So many people have made mistakes. So many people have gotten it wrong, especially as mothers, as a wife, as a lady. So many of us have made mistakes. But how do we start afresh? So let's even look at the new year. What hope, what is there for us in this new year as mothers?
Oh, thank you. Let me start this way. For everyone who is able to see this great new year, 2023, should be thankful to God Almighty. Because not all, whether who has failed or have been successful, have been able to see this brand new year. So to start afresh, first of all, is to appreciate God, to appreciate the gift of life. Because it is only someone who is alive that can be talking about starting afresh.
Yes.
So anyone who is alive has a hope to start afresh.
Yes, anyone who is alive has a hope of starting afresh. So what should we look into, especially some people want to dive into new businesses, or let me say some people have been having dreams of, oh, I want to become this, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to write a book, I want to go further, I want to further my education, but still we are not taking a step. How should we take a step? How should we go about it? Because some people are so scared about going about it. Some people are even thinking of failure. They've not started already, but they started thinking about failure. How do we go and dive into the deep?
Well, like I've said the other time, anyone who has the privilege to have a new dawn of a new year like this is already having the hope of starting afresh. So to start afresh, to start a new beginning, the first thing is the ability to be able to sit down and look at what actually do I have for this new year.
Okay.
What am I running after? What is my hope? What is my target? Because if you don't have a target of what to do,
you might not do anything.
You are not doing anything at all.
Okay.
So the first step is the ability to sit down, pen it down. What is my focus in this new year?
Okay.
What do I strive to achieve? How do I make my life better? And that is the starting point at all.
Okay.
If you are able to pin down the exact thing that you want, the exact thing you want to run after, your achievement. For instance, you are talking of a new business now. Everybody wants to now, because Nigeria, the state of economic of this nation, even when you have one business, you are looking for another one. So the ability to be able to pin down, if it's business, what business do I want to do? What question do I want to give answer to in a business? Where is the vacuum, or what is the vacuum that I want to fill up? When you are able to answer those questions, sincerely, you are starting afresh.
Okay.
It's like a baton is already given to you. Because for instance, if you want to do a business and you just go to someone for a support, the person will ask you, what type of business do you want to do? If you're not saying, actually, I'm still thinking about it, that person is not yet ready. But for instance now, if I have the money to give out to someone who wants to start a business, you must let me have your business proposal. What type of business do you want to do? What gain are you sure will come forth out of this business? Because one thing to do a business is another thing to have focus that, okay, I start a business with 50,000 naira. I know that this business at the end, I'm able to have a profit of at least 10,000. Then I know that, okay, if I even able to loan you 50,000 naira, you won't come back and be telling me a story.
Okay.
You are a student, you are thinking of, okay, I want to further my education. Is it your first degree that you want to, the first step is you must have your O level. Answer that question. Do you have my 5 papers intact, correct? The JAMB form, have I obtained? Which university do I want to go? Or is it your master's program you want to go for? You must be able to pin down the exact thing that you want to achieve in this new year. So once you're able to state that correctly, we know that this person has a focus.
Yeah.
You have a goal already that you want to strive after. Then you can now begin to look at, after you have answered the question how, then you have been able to answer the question what, then you can be talking of answering the question how do I obtain, how do I achieve all this? Do I need to seek for help somewhere? Do I need to go for a loan? Do I need to ask for people to raise assistance for me? Then you know that and it's not until this thing that we are talking about now, some people, they will still wait until the year is almost a quarter before they are able to answer the question, what do I want to do? And that's why some the years pass and slip out of some people's hand without any form of achievement.
Okay, now is there any limit to what a woman can really achieve? Because you're a doctor in your field, and some women just feel they are just there to be in the house. They're just there to support, to give birth to children. Some women just feel, I'm married now, whatever my husband says, or whatever my husband. No, is there a limit? Is there a limit to a woman's life, to what you can achieve?
Well, it starts from the girl child. Once a child, a female child, believe that as she is growing, I'm working up to getting married and resting all my cares on my husband. Once you have grown up with a mentality that in my environment I must be a plus, I must not be a negative. In my environment, whether in my marriage, outside my marriage, in my immediate environment, my community, there must be something that I must add to my community. Then you will not say as a woman, well, once a woman, I give birth to children, my husband take up the responsibility. The Nigeria of nowadays, even if your husband is a millionaire, does not encourage you just sitting down, not doing anything, just manufacture children, cook for them, and that's all. Okay, so as a woman, there is no limitation. We have women who are leaders outside there. We have recently now we have a woman as a vice chancellor of the university. So there is no limitation. In some countries, at least, we have women who have become president of a whole country. So there is no limitation. It depends on the mentality of such a woman that we are talking about now. You see, we have many women who have become professors. So there is no limitation.
Okay.
And they are also mothers. They are mothers. They are not single mothers. Some of them are married and they are happily married.
Okay, it's still in that line of question. What kind of risk should a woman be willing to take? Because starting afresh needs one to take a risk.
Yes.
So what kind of risk can a woman really take? Because life is not just give and take. Life is give and take. But how do we really dive into this risk? And what kind of risk can we really take?
Well, when we talk about risk taking, it depends on the level of risk that one will take in life. Depend on
what one wants to do,
what you want to achieve. Like we have just said the other time, some women, they just feel that I give birth to children, my husband goes out there to work, also bring in money, I'm fine. So but a woman who wants to maintain his marriage, be able to raise godly children who will not become a nuisance in the environment, and at the same time you want to add to the economy of the family, definitely has a higher level of risk to take. Risk as in you being able to balance up as a woman now. You have the ability to balance up, in the area of your responsibility as a mother, your responsibility as a wife, and also you are working. Even if there are some women who are married and they still go to school. Okay, so they still pursue their academic, and we have men also outside there who also they are also learning maybe a particular trade, or they are still in school, they are working, and they have their family that they are taking care of.
So it's not like a end of a journey when one give birth to children.
No, that's not the end of life. That's not the end of life. I got married. I was into almost finishing my master's degree program. I had my children, and I was working. I had a little business I'm doing. Children are coming in, and I was also pursuing my PhD then.
That's what I want to ask you about, the things we can give up.
Yes.
To start afresh.
So I gave up the pleasure of going abroad to pursue my PhD program, to stay in Nigeria and pursuing it. Though it took me many years, but at the long run, I was able to back
compared to when you leave and your children
leave my children here, because yes, I have a goal, I have a passion. I want to be a PhD degree holder, like all and all like that, and maybe in a better university like that. When I return to Nigeria, I want to be to be able to boldly say that my PhD is outside Nigeria. Yes, it's good, but not at the expense of my children, not at the expense of my marriage.
So now I want you to tell us more things that we can give up, because a lot of women are not ready to give up some certain things.
Yeah,
even not just getting a PhD or whatever. Some people character, some things that we need to give up to start afresh. Some people we neglect some kind of things, and we just think life is just life
does not just present itself like that. There are some things that you have to give up. For instance, as a woman, there are some places, because of my children, I will not go. There are some parties I will not be able to attend because of the need of my children. Okay, apart from job, there are some sacrifices that one also must pay. It's not all the time that what I need to put on. That I know my worth now. I'm a PhD holder. There's a way that I need to, and I know that if I have to give all for that,
some things will
suffer. Maybe the education of my children, maybe the health of those children, because they will not feed well. There are some women that trade the education of their children to looking good. See, I have to measure up with the society demand. No, you have to give up, especially as a woman, because you may pay the price today, but the reward will come later. Because you are able to set your goal, to set your priority right, you are able to pay some prices, and at the end as well, you also add the factor of God into it.
Okay. So also some women, they can't forget the past. They've made some mistakes in the past. They are carrying a lot of baggage on their head. They can't move ahead because of those things hindering them. So how do we drop those things and move forward?
Yes, you see, failure is part of life. Those who succeed today, it's not because they have not failed before, but it's because they never dwell on their failure. They are able to deal with the failure, and that's why today they have become successful. Everyone who are great men and women today, men today, they have at one time or the other they have failed, but some of them are falling into error, but they did not sleep on their error. They refused to die in their error. They rose up. They took their error, their mistake as a challenge, and they are able to convert the mistakes of the past. Let me say miracle, with God on their side. So one thing that is needful, that if you have failed before, maybe in the years past or even in this just concluded year, that you have failed, pick up yourself. Pick up yourself. Life is, as long as you have your life in you, you must still be hopeful about yourself, that I can still make it, that I can still succeed.
Okay. Some people overwork themselves. We are jack of all trades. We do this, we do that, we do that. We don't give ourselves rest. How important is giving ourselves enough rest, or at least some measure of rest, and how important is our health?
Our health is very, very important, because without health there is no life.
Health is wealth.
Yes, health is wealth. You see, your ability to move here and there is because you are healthy. And there is a general saying that those who refuse to rest will be late to rest.
Will be late to rest.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's important that after you have, especially as a woman, you see sometimes you go to work, your children, you pick them from school, you come back, you resort to kitchen, there are homework to be done with your, after all those things have been done, even if it is just 30 minutes, 1 hour, before you do other things, take time to rest. Why? Because those children that you are running here and there for, they need you. And if you don't give enough time to your rest, you will break down. And once you break down, everything about you will break down. The children will suffer. The husband, and if it is a man that is refusing to rest,
the same thing.
The same thing. The job, you will also suffer.
Because somebody else will take it up immediately. That's
yes.
If you are working under somebody.
Yes. For instance, if somebody health breakdown for a month, 2, you do not go to work, another person will take up that job. So it's important that we mark our timetable out properly, and we also include rest into it. For instance, as a woman, you come back from work, yes, the children must eat, but if it's just 20-30 minutes, just sit down on your sofa and relax. Take a deep breath. You may not even close your eyes to sleep, but just rest. And you require, it's not all headache that require medication. There are some headache that just what is needed is for just sit down 20-30 minutes, close your eyes, rest, smile, and the headache will go.
Sometimes we or some of us are our own enemies because we look down on ourselves. But outsiders, people say, this woman is doing good, or I like the way this woman marriage is working. They might not really know what is happening, but they all see you outside, I like this woman is having the best marriage or something. But we ourselves, on our own, we've already killed ourselves inside us. We criticize everything about, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not this enough, I've not done this enough. How do we raise ourselves? How do we give ourselves this ego to move on?
Yes, I have someone who has that issue. She's always very hard on herself. I've not done enough. So I can still do. Yes, it's good to be pushful. It's good to have, higher level that you want to attain in life. But one important thing about life is that you need not to be too hard on yourself. Appreciate yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and smile. Because once you enter deeply into such mode of mind, you get depressed.
And depression can kill.
It can kill. So it's always good to appreciate yourself. There's nobody that is ugly. It depends on the mind. Yes. Package yourself. Look beautiful. Even if it is just you don't have money to buy new clothes, go to the market, get yourself some of those things.
I think it's a carry.
Yes, carry yourself very well. You see, some people, they may not even attain a higher level of education, but with their courage, when you look at them,
the confidence they have
confidence, they have very good self-esteem. So you can't just pass by them and say you have not seen somebody. No, they will call you to order. It's not pride, but they are just having good courage. They have good mentality about themselves. The ability to accept ourselves is important. Be grateful for how far you have taken your life with God on your side. Hope for the best, but the one that you have now, appreciate it.
Still on that line, some of us, we hardly even take ourselves out to treat ourselves. We don't give ourselves good meal. All we think about, the children. And sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'm not eating, but let me give this to my baby. Let me give this to my husband. So sometimes we don't really consider ourselves first. We just, though I know that's somehow a mother kind of a heart. But sometimes I think we should still treat ourselves sometimes. Even when you go to, maybe you feel like taking a malt, just take a malt. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, women generally, we have that mindset of everything It's about my husband, my children, my husband, my children. Yes, it's good, but not at the risk of your own life. There is a book that I read that talks about, as a woman, give yourself a treat. If your husband does not give you a treat, you give yourself a treat. And you see, sometimes it doesn't cost much. Just get to maybe some of these supermarkets, buy yourself chocolate, or once you don't have diabetes, buy ice cream. How much the meat pie? Under 500 naira, you will get it.
Or just take yourself to a beach,
yes,
just see nature. You know?
Yes, thank God for Ijebu Ode now. We have an amusement park.
You're going to pay for the advert.
Just go there, relax, look at scenes. It doesn't cost much to make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes we even go to some place that you don't even have to pay. You just look around and say, oh wow, oh beautiful, what a scene. And as you are considering those scenes, you are looking at them, your heart is merry.
Relax, yes, yeah.
You are relaxed. Everything is not about work, my dear sister. It's not all about those who have run yesterday, some of them are already in the grave. So it's always good to relax, make ourselves happy. And many people think that you have to spend so much in making yourself happy or in living a quality life. For instance, we have been told by medical doctors that an apple a day, send the doctors away. Just be 250. Just make yourself happy and eat well. It doesn't cost much to eat well. We know how expensive things are in Nigeria, but there are ways that one can run around it, that you see feed well. Because if you don't feed well, you cannot be well. Your health will fail you. And it pays much
to start treating yourself.
Yes, than to eating well.
Okay. Some of us we don't know our blind spots, meaning we don't know we have some attitude.
Yeah.
Like some of us are lazy, some people are full of jealousy. You don't want to see somebody else progressing. You know, some of us, when we check social media, like the Facebook, want to see what is this one even up to. You will look at somebody's picture, you won't even comment, but you'll be feeling jealous. We don't know we have such attitude. I think in this new year we need to look at some of those things, because sometimes they cause limitation to us. When you are full of jealousy, you don't appreciate others, you don't want to move. I think it's going to limit us from moving forward.
Yes. You see, sometimes one will have come across such people. When they see you look good, you see,
what is she wearing?
Yes, they feel resented. So we must appreciate people. You know, when you appreciate people, you yourself, you get appreciated. You know, celebrate people so that you can be celebrated. In this new year, you know, don't run off people, don't run down people. You see, when you see good, appreciate it. Somebody looking, what, you're looking so beautiful today. What some people will say is that, you know, it is when why are you this fat? You are becoming fat. Oh, you see, I don't like people telling me that I'm fat. Thank God you are not the one that is feeding me. So I'm good. I would look at people. You are becoming so thin. Are you fasting? What's your stress with that? So appreciate good things, so that you yourself, you can be appreciated.
I think we should still know some of our shortcomings, so that we can work against it.
Yes. Some people, anger is part of their life. You see, and many people today, they have issues with high blood pressure, especially mothers. They're shouting at home, they shout at children, shout at husband, and even husband shouting down. All those things, they form together in one's body system, and they lead some people into where they do not even wish to go untimely. So we must work on our excesses. The way some people, what they eat is also part of all this that we are talking about. Some people, once they see a wolf like this, they eat so much, and it's not everything that you see that you must eat. So we work on what we eat, work on what we pursue. You see, it's not everything that somebody has that you must have, especially the area of fashion. that she has this shoe, I must have it. My friend has bought a bag, the bag is 50,000, I must also have it because we are going to the same party together. No. So we must work on all our shortfalls, so that we can progress in this new
Thank you so much, Mal. It's we are running out of time, but I still want us to just in a brief tell us that things change, nothing lasts forever. The sun rises and the sun sets.
Yes.
How do we move on so that we know that there will always be change in life?
Yes, in life, just like even with our age, we know that we are changing. This was what the way I was maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So change is what is constant in life. So we must have, in this new year, we must have positive mind. Be positive about life. Life may come with all its challenges, it may come with all its blows, but you be positive, because in every challenge there is a miracle. Yes, in every tunnel there may be, yes, there is light
At the end of every tunnel.
at the end. So we must prepare also, because some people, what actually throws them down is because they are not prepared for challenges in life. It will always come. When it comes, you just have be positive, be positive minded towards life challenges.
Thank you
in
very
this new
much.
year. Just know that there is hope for me.
Yes, thank you very much, Ma, for coming. In this new year, know that there's hope for you. Thank you so much for coming, Ma, and thank you, Via Sutton, for being there. And to come your way again, this same time next week, I want to say Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.